Welcome to Million Dollar Monday. Today we've got Michael Flight. All right, brother, how did you make your first $1 million?
In real estate.
Love that answer, man. I love it. That's where it's done.
It was value add shopping centers. So that was the first one where we took a shopping center that was about, at the time it had 2 vacant anchor tenants. It had environmental problems. It had all kinds of stuff. We got it financed. We did the redevelopment, which took a number of years. And when we refinanced out of it, there was a nice, huge paycheck. Plus, since we do the leasing and the management, there was construction and leasing fees and stuff. But that was the first time I looked at it, it's like, wow, this is like a large number. It was like large. Well, when you're like younger, and it was like my brother and I bought a 3-flat in a really nasty suburb of Chicago, and we got a tenant in there, and I was just like my first year out of college, and the tenant paid their rent and their security deposit in cash, and so they paid. That was like $900. I'd never seen $900 in cash, So it's like, wow, that's a lot of money, And so it, just keeps going, and it's like, I still think it's impressive every increment.
Yeah, is that shopping center deal you do today?
Yes. So
awesome, man.
We've done it for 35 years now.
Yeah. How'd you make your last $1 million?
Well, I should probably talk about how I lost my last $1 million, but
all right, I take that. Yeah.
But I've made private investing, so it's on paper, but we've got some private investment deals that are tokenized. So part of the equity in the company is tokenized, and once that gets sold to retail, then it's going to be $1 million or more. So pretty excited about that.
Cool. You kind of like went into the next question, which is how do you make your next $1 million, which that could be it, but let's look a little bit maybe further into the future. I don't know if it's going to be in real estate, because real estate, I've got the stuff and it's plodding along, and it's like there. It's like I said, in the past, it's set it and forget it. And to me, real estate, and owning Bitcoin are kind of like savings accounts and passive income. So that's like it's there, and that's the base that I work off of. And then the next $1 million stuff is going to be the tokenized, companies and stuff. And there's one company that I think could potentially be a multi-billion-dollar company. I'm on the advisory board for these guys, and they're called Proximal. And they have a super cool thing where they cryptographically, they encrypt the data for large corporations. And they allow, so this is for AI, and so the corporations can bring analytics provider in to run the analytics on things. So for example, they're doing pilot projects for Illumina and Roche, and those are large corporations, and they're running the information on genome sequencing and stuff. So you can't give out the data on a person's private health stuff, but if it's anonymized and kind of aggregated. So that's what these guys do. These guys have these containers that you can run the data in, you can do all the like AI analytics, and that's going to like just expand the data market. So we were talking before, these corporations don't want their intellectual property on ChatGPT, but if these corporations can sell access to their data so that other people can run it, it's $1 trillion business, because data is the new oil. For sure. 100%, man. And like, you're skeptical of like ChatGPT collecting all your information, but that's also what makes it extremely valuable. Not just the technology, but it is the data collection that they are getting. Like that system is teaching itself, just like Google or Meta, any of those. The money is in the collection of data. They see so many different data points that they can put together and sell. It's Or just,
unfathomable.
what this allows is other people to run things that, the corporation might not even think about. And so other people can come in and study their data and everything else without giving away any of the corporation's data. They can do inferences and find things out, which makes that corporation's data way more valuable. Like I said, I believe that is going to be a unicorn billion-dollar company, and I'm very excited about that one.
Awesome.